Hey guys, what is up? And welcome to my conference review for the 2019 NFL playoffs. So, as you can see, I did go 2-0 in the conference round. I picked the Chiefs and the 49ers. Yay for me, yay for these two teams. I do think this was the best possible Super Bowl out of the four remaining teams that we could have gotten. It's going to be a very, very close Super Bowl, I think. I mean, even look at the scores 37-20, 35-24. Even those two scores are close. This is going to be an insanely close game, I think. Um, really? I mean, if one team wins by like 10 or 14 points, yeah, I won't be super surprised. But if it's like a 17-21 point difference, that would surprise me quite a bit. But I'm expecting this to be within 7, possibly even within a field goal. But I'll talk about that a little more in my predictions for the Super Bowl. But this was the best outcome, I think. Talk about the games. Again, the Chiefs fell behind, but managed to, fight their way back from 10-0 and 17-7, and they took over. Good for them. They were actually able to stop Derrick Henry a little bit. When the Titans were down that little bit, when the Chiefs were kind of rallying and they were down just a little, you can still run with Derrick. Don't give up on that, and they did. They decided to pass with Ryan Moore, and that's what killed them. 49ers and Packers, this was just pretty much pure domination by the 49ers. Yeah, this was a fantastic game. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Packers had their moments. Davante Adams beat Sherman on a play. But they really didn't get much. And that's, really good. And there's the clip of Kyle Shanahan talking to the ref before a play. And Kittle was going to go on an out route. But before he actually cuts out, he fakes inside and he goes out. At least I think that'd be called an out route. Because he's faking. He just takes a small step and then goes. And Kyle told the ref, okay, 85, which is George Kittle, our guy, is going to be against their guy. Their guy, so he said 85 is going to fake inside, cut out, and their guy is not going to let them go. Isn't going to let them go. So lo and behold, Garoppolo takes a step, drops back, and you can see Kittle goes out, and as he's going, Kevin King for the Packers is grabbing his jersey or whatever and trying to keep him from going outside, just like Kyle Shanahan said he would. Ref sees it, throws the flag. Now my guess is he probably was doing it for some of the game, and he did it a couple times, didn't get caught, so he's going to go up to the ref and say, hey, this is going to happen. So there you go. Yeah, I'm super excited for this game. Honestly, I don't care who wins. I don't. I'll talk about it more, but I'm excited for the Super Bowl. I know this was short, but it's like 2 games, guys. I can't go too in depth. Plus, can you see the date? Maybe you can see the date, possibly, but it's the last day of January. The Super Bowl's in 2 days. So, memory is just a little... I mean, I can... Because the Pro Bowl has already happened. I can talk about the Pro Bowl if you want. But, I mean, typical Pro Bowl, refs blowing the play dead early... because no one wants to get hurt. The difference between winning and losing is $25,000, as far as I'm aware. If you win, you get $50,000. If you lose, you get $25,000. It's not a huge difference between winning and losing. T.J. Watt got the 82-yard touchdown from a fumble forced by Calais Campbell. Joe Hayden got a pick. Minka almost got a pick. Joe Hayden almost got another one, but Earl Thomas kind of took it from him. But yeah, normal Pro Bowl, skill showdown. The AFC won the skill showdown. AFC won the game. Though the pass that Joe Hayden picked was a pass from Ezekiel Elliott. So typical Pro Bowl where everyone screws around, you know. Devontae Adams had a nice pass to Galladay from the Lions. So overall, it's the same Pro Bowl we've had the past few years. You know, it's you blow it dead. No one wants to get hurt because no one wants to actually try. You know, I mean, obviously you're going to try, but you're not going to go hard like it's actual meaningful game for $25,000 more. You know, it's you're not going to do it. But I know it doesn't show there, which I don't know why it's not showing, but the AFC did win. For those of you that did not watch it, because I know sometimes, you know, you don't, just because it is a meaningless game. People don't try that much. I will say this as well. So I was getting ready to watch the Pro Bowl with my cousin and my sister's boyfriend. And my cousin and I were talking, and all of a sudden, we on the TV, I caught that they said Bryant, and they had died in a helicopter crash. And and we just like instantly stopped talking. We were watching the TV, and I didn't catch the first name that they said at the time, and so I was going through my head, well, it's the Pro Bowl, maybe it was a football player. And I'm like, Dez Bryant, the former Cowboy. There's a Bryant that's on the Cowboys now. There's Martavis Bryant that used to play for the Steelers, but he's indefinitely suspended right now, I'm pretty sure. So I'm thinking of all the different Bryants, and Kobe Bryant never crossed my mind. And my sister's boyfriend looked it up on his phone, and it was indeed Kobe Bryant. It's really hard to believe still. Like, I know it's true. Um, I've kind of come to terms with it. But even now, it's still hard to actually believe that Kobe is gone. Um, Along with his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, and the 7 other people that passed away in that helicopter crash. It was the pilot, the basketball coach, Kobe, his daughter, one of Gianna's basketball teammates, her 2 parents, another basketball player, and another parent. So that should make 9, because I think I counted the coach and the pilot. So yeah, 9 total people died in that helicopter crash. And I've seen a lot of the tributes to him around the NBA. During the Pro Bowl, they knew about it. They actually found out about it before the game started. So like during the game, they did like little tributes to him. Yeah, it's still hard to believe, and I grew up with the generation that whether you were playing basketball or you had a piece of paper. Here, this is an envelope, but you have a piece of paper. You crumple it up, and you throw it in towards the garbage can. And when you throw it, what do you say? Kobe. That's the influence he had on, my generation. And I didn't watch too much basketball. I'm not a huge basketball person. Football is my main sport. That's the one I'll watch. I'll watch a little baseball. I'll watch a little soccer. Sometimes I'll watch basketball, but my main one I focus on is football, the NFL. I don't watch too much college. I do watch some. I'm gonna try watching the XFL when that starts, but because it has players I know either from NFL rosters or college or whatever. But when I was a little kid, um, I picked the Lakers. I'm like, you know what? Let me pick a basketball team, and I picked the Lakers. That was the most notable one to me. But also, I mean, I was a little kid at the time. I don't know if I knew Kobe was on the Lakers or not. That was just the one I picked. That was the most notable one I knew. So I picked the Lakers. Um, God, that was at least 10 years ago I did that. Um, but yeah, so, it's just hard. My thoughts and prayers go to Kobe's family and all the other families that were impacted by that helicopter crash. It's still hard to believe. I think it's going to be hard to believe. And here's the thing. I don't know if I should say hard to believe. Like, people know what happened. People are coming to terms with it. But it's still... Not that it's hard to believe, but you kind of don't want to believe it. It's still shocking, you know? It's still a shock to say Kobe Bryant is dead. It just doesn't sound right, you know? It feels like he, should have lived to be 80, 90, 100, die peacefully in his sleep. He didn't, this wasn't something that we saw coming. He wasn't, um, it's not like they found out he had a terminal illness, something that was gonna kill him. It wasn't, it's not like he had like a terminal cancer or something like that. He didn't have, anything horrific. He didn't retire from basketball and go into like a downward spiral, and you're like, something, if he doesn't get help or this or that, where it was just out of the blue. No one was ready to have Kobe pass away. Yeah, it's just hard. Even for me, who I didn't watch much basketball. So people who were like diehard Laker fans, that's gotta hurt a lot. And then you can't imagine what his wife and his remaining three daughters, I think. And you want to say, his remaining three daughters, which there are three daughters, but one of them is not even a year old. The youngest was born in June. The other one's like 3 years old. The other is, I think, 17. So, the infant is never gonna know her father. You hope the 3-year-old does. You hope she remembers him. Obviously, the 17-year-old, that hurt a lot for her. And my parents are still alive. I'm very fortunate. My parents are still here with me. I just can't imagine right now losing, because I'm 22 years old. I'll be 23 in May, but I can't imagine one of my parents just suddenly dying. Where I don't get that chance to say goodbye. Yeah, it's tough, And then, I see it on the Pro Bowl. If I saw it on social media or something, I would think it wasn't real. And, it's someone just trying to get attention. And it turns out, if they're saying it at the Pro Bowl, it must be real. So, I think that's enough of that. I think that's good. I know I started talking about the Pro Bowl, and um, yeah, it's hard to believe. Well, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn notifications on. I'll see you guys next video. Later.
Once I was 7 years old, Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old.